Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I will be doing a Kerbal Space Program video or tutorial on how to get into orbit. So this is just going to be a quick tutorial and I will explain all the basics and not basics of getting into orbit in Kerbal Space Program. So the first thing you're going to want to do is turn on this SAS. It may only show you this, or it may show you this triangle, or it may show you more. The more you level up the pilot that's in your cockpit, or the command module, or the whatever, the more abilities you're gonna have. The most important ones for right now is stability assist, and more importantly, retrograde and prograde. So first, before we're gonna worry about that, that's for worrying about in space, we're just gonna wanna press Z, or if you can't do that, or if you don't want to do that, since I don't really see a reason you can't do that, unless you don't have a Z key, you can just hold shift and do that. I have no idea how to do it on the console, but I think you get the point, right? And then, just press space. Oh, and you should worry about this on the left, the stages. Something may go wrong, like the parachute may deploy at the same time at the engines when you launch, but that doesn't matter that much, because the game doesn't make it that bad. It's only a few times when it doesn't work out. But if it does, but if it doesn't work, you can just click on revert flight and revert to launch if you're just gonna do it once, or revert to vehicle assembly and then it will be permanent. Or you can just do it right now. So, now that we got all that out of the way, we're just gonna press space. And there we go. You don't have to use this rocket, obviously. Just any rocket that has the firepower to get into space. I recommend upgrading your VAB and your launch pad. So now we're pretty high up, so what we're gonna want to do is just press D, go east, and make sure this HDG says 90. Okay, you're gonna want to have it say 90 to make a perfect orbit. No, it doesn't have to do that. It's just, hold on, explosion time, bam. It doesn't have to do that. It's just, it looks cooler. So I'm just gonna try to keep it at 90. And pay attention to this yellow thing, okay? This yellow thing is your prograde. So okay, just switched. So if your prograde seems to, so if you so what I'm trying to say is if you select this option right here, and I'm just gonna turn a little bit because that's the obvious thing to do. If you click this button, the yellow marker is where it's gonna go. So I'm just gonna go at full throttle, and just do this. All right. So as you can see, the apoapsis. I don't hope the music is going. The apoapsis. Yeah, the apoapsis. That's it. It's a pretty weird word, but the apoapsis is the highest point in your orbit, or for now it would be our suborbital thingy. All right, and if you have confusion and you don't know which way you're going, just pay attention to the little islands in the ocean, so you can see which way you're going. I'm just gonna put it down a little bit, and then we'll go full. Okay, so as you can see, like I was saying, the apoapsis, or however you're supposed to pronounce it, is actually going down. So don't be afraid to make your orbit high, or your your suborbital thing, which right now we have a suborbital trajectory, because for this part right here, it looks like we're in orbit, but if we just kept going, we kind of fall into the ocean, which we don't want. So we're just gonna want to do a burn and just have it go. This rocket has 4 stages, which some people might think is a lot, but it isn't that bad, okay? Yeah, you don't really have to do that much. Alright, so right now we're going to click on the prograde option. The prograde option will automate the turning, so you don't have to do anything. The retrograde, I will explain why you need that later. And we're just gonna press space again, and bam, we're flying again. Okay, so you will definitely not get a perfect orbit first thing, okay? See, as you can see, this orbit, okay, well, this is a pretty perfect orbit, just for the start, but don't be afraid, or don't be ashamed, or embarrassed, or whatever, if your orbit isn't perfect, because as you can see, this, I'm just gonna go a little bit, because as you can see, this side is a lot bigger than the other one, okay, so you're just gonna want to, time warp, which, you can just go up here and do. Oh, and if you don't know how to get in the map, it's obviously M, and it's also this toggle map button. So I time warp to the opposite side of the side that's down. Alright? So what you're gonna wanna do is, assuming you're on the prograde option, just do a burn and wait. This looks pretty good and nice. We have a pretty good orbit. If you want it to be perfect, you can check over here. So the tallest point, which is probably right here, is 292 kilometers, and the shortest point, which is probably over here or here, or here, I guess, just not here, okay, is 216 kilometers, which isn't that bad, honestly. So there we go. That's it. We're in orbit. So you can just click off this video, like, subscribe, and comment if you want now. But I will be doing a science part of this video too, how to do good science in orbit. Now, on your rocket, I recommend having, and I'm kind of doing this late, and I'm going to want to do this in light. Okay, so you don't really have to do that. Okay, whatever. Once it does this thing, I'll go into stability assist. Okay, so now it'll try its hardest to not move. So, I recommend having a service bay, which you can keep some instruments in if you don't want them outside. I am okay with having them outside, but I don't really care. I mean, these lights are pretty cool, but I'm not gonna have them on right now. Okay, so the barometer, the press map barometer, sorry. This just measures the temperature of the atmosphere, and oh, by the way, we are in low Earth orbit right now, just so you know. We're gonna go on high Earth orbit and do some more experiments later. So, first, you're just gonna click on your barometer, or however it's pronounced. I'm just gonna pronounce it barometer for right now. And you don't really need the display, I don't think, but I'm just gonna turn it on anyways. And then just click on log pressure data. Okay, so as you can see, if you recover, you get plus 24 science, and if you transmit, you get plus 16 science. I'm going to keep it. Transmit means you radio it back to Earth, which you cannot do if you do not have a radio machine thingamajig, which is this. No, it isn't. That's a landing leg. Okay, I don't know. Oh, here it is. Yes, this thing. You need this thing, or the surface mount version, or the small version. But you can just transmit some data there, which isn't that important right now. I recommend keeping the data. So, as you can see, I clicked keep experiment. So now we have this 2 hot thermometer, which is definitely not a store-bought model with some wires stuck to it. So now we're just going to want to log the temperature, and then we're just going to keep that. So we have both of those, and now that we've done both of the experiments, we're just going to want to click transfer data, and we're going to transfer it to this, the experiment storage unit. The experiment storage unit is a storage unit that can store all of your experiments. So we're just going to click on this and transfer all, and bam, all items are stored. So now, don't do the tests again because they will be worth 0 science points. I'm going to observe some mystery. Hold on. Oh, yes. If you have some mystery goo, you can just, just do that. And then we're just gonna observe some mystery goo. Okay, now 20 science. This is insane. All right, so now let me open this again. Open. Click on that. Collect all. Okay, and this is inoperable because we stored it, but that isn't really operatable. I'm bad at English, but that doesn't really matter. So now we have the 9009 Science Junior. We're not going to touch that for now. We're going to do that in a higher orbit. Okay, we're at the prograde again. Or there's a little bit of adjusting we can do. There we go. So, that's pretty much all the science experiments we're going to do with external places or something. But what we can do is click on our crew hatch and then do a crew report. If you've never done a crew report in low Earth orbit, it will be worth actually something. But for me, I've already done it multiple times before, so it isn't worth anything. I'm just going to transfer the data, and you can see the cool animation. Starting, it's transferring, and bam, there's the, it received it, so I'll just subtract this off. Okay, so now, something that is pretty cool. You can click on Jebediah Kerban. You cannot do this if you have not upgraded the astronaut complex, which takes like $30,000. I forgot, maybe 60,000. But just click on the EVA, and bam! Now you're doing a spacewalk. How cool is that? I'm actually gonna board it again and do this. Bam! Okay, there we go. Perfect. Make sure the lights are off, and then I'm just going to go EVA. Okay, so you can see him. So you can see Jebediah in his little spacesuit, and we're gonna let go. So now, you're gonna want to press R or press this toggle RCS thing. Bam. So now we're using our own fuel, which runs out pretty slowly, and we can do some pretty cool stuff. We're out here. You can see Jebediah and his little smile. Yeah. You can just see the rocket floating away from him. Okay, so we're gonna want to do something called an EVA report. Alright, just above Kerban's water. And you can just keep the experiment. And ooh, we're getting a little bit far away from our plane. If you want to go up, it's shift, and down is control. So let's go 5 times. Oh my goodness, we just phased through. No. So it seems we're over the desert. I'm going to overwrite the EVA. Nope, Kerban's water. I'm kind of not feeling good about this. Yeah, I think you guys can see why. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, we've got to be over the deserts. Oh, yes, Kerban's desert. See, I done a new experiment, and I got some some new science. I'm gonna keep the experiment and I'm gonna radio it down because the radioing it gives 100%. I do not recommend radioing it or using the comatron or the communitron. Oh, I missed it. Hold on, I'm not gonna talk right now. Okay, so there we go. I do not really. I mean, I do recommend using the radio systems to transfer your experiments if it's worth 100% of the data, just like that. So if it isn't, I don't really recommend that, but I do for other stuff or whatever. Alright, so we're gonna open this. And then we're going to go review stored data. Now, this is this, and just make sure it says 100%. Transmit data. Bam! Okay, so we got rid of it. Now, we are just going to time warp until we're above the deserts. I mean, no, not the deserts. The plains, or the mountains, or the grasslands. Alright, so let's do an EVA on this. Well, actually, first we're just gonna do a crew report, and okay. EVA quick before it runs out. Okay, so now we can just do an EVA report without even letting go. Okay, so this is the deserts actually. Hold on. Kerbals are on a ladder space. Okay, R. Is it R? Okay, good. F grab. Let's do an EVA report. Overwrite report. Grassland. See, I've never done this before, and I get some science. Great. Now I'm going to board it and science it. And we're just gonna do that. So we're just gonna warp to the the bright side, so you guys can actually see what's going on. And now we're going to go on. So now, if you're done with all your experiments and all that, what you can do? Wait, can I not? Oh, I gotta turn on SAS. You can go on Progade, and now we are going to make a burn and get into high Earth orbit. So as you can see, this is expanding. Seems good enough. Now we can go all the way here, and we're turning, and I'm just gonna start the burn right now. Okay, and we can do like a 5-second burn and get it up. Alright, let's see how close it is. 200 kilometers difference. That isn't that much. 1,000,000 kilometers. Wow. Alright, so report, overwrite report, I guess. Okay, so this is space high above Kerban. So if you transferred your crew report into here and you done a high report, then great, you got extra science. So now Jebediah, you can press C and look through. Really cool. I'm gonna make Jebediah do another spacewalk, and you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to this in EVA report, high space over Kerban. I've done this before. As you can obviously tell, I got nothing, but if you've never done this, you will probably actually get something. Now, for the big science, I'm going to open these doors. Now, a scientist can help, since a scientist can do spacewalks and do it, but if you don't have a scientist, which you need a bigger cabin for, well, just do it while you're still inside. Alright, I barely got anything from that since I've already done it, but if you guys didn't do it, you might get like 60 science, which is insane. So, material study after high, okay, blah, blah, blah. The high radiation environment caused to feed the samples, the glow, blah, blah, blah. So, we're going to keep the experiment, because we only get science if we keep it plus 0%. But you will get like, oh, didn't mean to do that. But you will get a lot. Oh my goodness, I cannot talk tonight. But you will get like less science or whatever, or blah blah blah. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we'll just close the doors and we're going to do some more experiments over here. Log temperature. I mean, that's a lot of stuff to read. Not really. Log pressure data and read 0 as if we were in a vacuum. Wow, no. I didn't know that. Close. Okay, so we're just gonna click. So now, you're gonna want to click on retrograde. If you're on the retrograde setting, and oh, by the way, if you don't have this setting, and your pilot isn't at least level 1, all you gotta do is just maneuver so your engine is facing the opposite direction, and then just do the burn. I'm gonna burn until I'm out of liquid fuel. Or just fuel. I don't know. Might be using solid fuel. Okay, so now that we have this done, I'm going to be a little bit greedy here and make us go even slower. Okay, I think this is enough, so we can just time warp by 1,000,000 times. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the engine. We are going super fast, and we are in the atmosphere, and as you can see, we're going super fast. Yes, and we're probably gonna burn to death if we don't burn more. Admire the view. Yep. Okay, so once you turn around, you're going to want to quickly press X. I'm going to save the game here, so I don't rage quit and have to restart the entire video. You know? Okay, I am out of fuel, but I think I done. But I think my engine and my fuel done its purpose. Pretty good. Okay, we're at 8,000 meters and we're only hitting this, which is honestly pretty bad. Yep, I don't really think it's that bad. Though, okay, it should be risky. Yes, it is risky to deploy the parachute. And now it's safe. Okay. Once it says, if you right click on the parachute, it'll give you, oh, did you deploy it? What? Oh no. Okay, but anyways, if you click on the parachute, it'll tell you if it's safe to deploy it, if you didn't deploy it already. And bam. There we have it. And I'll just speed up because this parachute slows us down a lot, which is helpful. Okay, so there we go. We have everything. And if you want to take it up, and if you're even more greedy for science, you can hold on. Collect all, bam, and just log more pressure. See, and log more of this, bam. And there we go. So now you can just recover the vessel, and you've done a low Earth. So, you've done a low Earth orbit and a higher Earth orbit, which is pretty cool. We got 84 science on that mission, and remember, I'm getting a lot less science because I've already done most of the stuff. So yeah. Make sure you recover it so you can actually get everything. Yeah. Let's go next. We made $8,000 from recovered parts. And Jebediah Kerman, no XP gain, whatever, I don't really care. Alright, well, that was pretty cool. You can spend your well-earned... Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Okay, whatever. Well, anyways, you can spend your well-earned, science on useless stuff, like space exploration. Like, why do I need a work lamp? I don't know. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not going to edit this one because I don't have enough time to tonight. Oh wait. Oh, I can just do it tomorrow morning. Nah, I feel like... I don't know. I'll just figure out later. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and do all of this stuff. Do all the cool stuff. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video, and it will probably also be a Kerbal Space Program video, because it's a really good game. So yeah.